Grand Rising. Message of the day. It looks like you have been stripping the illusion of who you used to be, finding a precious jewel. You've been finding yourself. You have blossomed. The energy on the table is telling me that you've already found this new version of yourself. You've opened your heart. You started falling in love with yourself, first and foremost, right? Whether this be a confirmation or you're in the process of that, right? It's divinely guided to you when it comes to you. From the empowerment deck here, Jewel of Lotus, Blossom, and Spring of Healing. You have transcended. You are in the process of transcending. You are in the process of blossoming or have already begin your blossoming process, which tells me that you have gone to the depths, right? With Jewel of Lotus, you really have been stripping the illusion of who you no longer are, who you no longer want to be. You've understood your past. You have shedded inauthenticity, realizing who you actually are, and it's leading or it will lead you to a space where you absolutely love yourself. This journey of stripping the illusion, blossoming, and then realizing that you have these hidden talents and you're beautiful and you love your smile and you're radiant and you love your mind and you love the way that you talk and you love the way that you walk and you love the way that you look is a very beautiful healing journey that I have seen myself. And it starts with stripping the bullshit away, stripping the illusions of who you no longer are, the people that you hang around, the crowds that you once followed because you were just innocently following people and you wanted to fit in and you wanted external validation at a young age or at a very innocent age in your life. 20s is still innocent. You're still a child. I'm sorry. I don't care how old you think you are. 20s is still a child, still finding themselves, still discovering themselves, right? You really don't become an adult until you take responsibility around 30. Right, you can like that or not, and there is a process here where you just start stripping yourself. You start realizing that, wow, I actually don't like that, or this is not a place where I actually belong. Sometimes that comes with a tower moment, where you realize that you're in a place that you don't want to be anymore, and it progresses into you blossoming and realizing that the past can't hold you back. Like, you're looking for the light, you're striving for the light, you're blossoming. Right, when a flower blossoms, it's blossoming towards the direction of the sun because it's yearning for that. I like that light. I don't like where I am. I don't like the darkness that I'm in. So I'm striving for something different. And it brings you to a space, once again, that brings you to a space where you really appreciate your talents. You forgive your shortcomings. You love your body. I love my body. I am beautiful. I love my smile. It's radiant. I love my mind. I am intelligent. My words bring healing to my soul because it is a journey of discovering yourself. End of sentence. Wow. What am I pulling here? Like, this is just, I'm here to hype you up. I hope that did the job there, to remind you that that's possible. For some of you, I know that this is very general. So some of you might be in the process of doing that, right? So I'm going to pull one card for each, right? Okay. Just in the sense of how we get to these or how we do these, or perhaps it might be confirmation for you. So let's clarify each one. 1, 2, 3. Jewel of Lotus with 7 of Cups. Listen, we like all the shiny things that are in front of us. You have liked many things in front of you, right? We want to go after. We're not sure what we want to go after here. Not everything is going to be sunshine, rainbows, and lollipops. Some may fool us. Some may be a ghost. Some may be a snake. Some may be jewels. Some may be victory. Some may be dragon, which I see that as like healing energy. I think that once we start to identify, out of all the multiple options of things that we want to be, people that we want to, versions of ourselves that we want to be, opportunities in our life, possibilities with others, directions that we can go, right? There's so many there. And I want you to be okay with being curious and allowing yourself to experience these things, right? Like, give yourself permission. I give myself permission to explore. Right? We don't have to be, I know that there's sometimes this pressure of like, I need to be somewhere. No, if you're in that journey, then you need to tell yourself, I give myself permission to explore life, explore myself, right? Giving yourself permission to explore. Do I pull, shuffle? Let's clarify Blossom here. My past does not limit me. I am the flower that grows from my roots, stretching towards the sunlight. In the light, I blossom. Right. So after we've stripped the illusion, then we go into, then we were left with this jewel or this seed or this bud in the middle of the lotus flower that now is going to blossom because the light is hitting it, because we've stripped all the bullshit. We've stripped who we are not. We stripped the inauthenticity, and we're down to the bare blossom. Now we're striving for the light. Now you're putting plans in place. Okay, now that I have found myself, what is next for me? Two of Wands, focusing on what's right in front of me. Everyone's going to be a different phase here. Maybe I'm still figuring myself out. Okay, maybe now I'm in a space where I'm like, okay, I've gotten rid of people, places, and things that no longer serve me in the highest way. I've untangled, pulled, and released what no longer serves me in the highest way. Now I'm putting a plan in place to replace those things with what I want to support in front of me. The world is in my hands. I'm looking out on the horizon. What is next? The past is behind me. My back is turned as I'm not going back to those things. Do not go back. Do not go back. There's nobody there worth it. They're not part of your future timeline. I don't care if you think they're a soulmate. If they are, they will come back on their own. Do not. You may be the victim in people's stories because they won't understand that, and that is not your problem. It's called self-respect, and it's just how it needs to be. Can your delivery be softer? Of course, right? When you're letting people go in your life. When you're focusing on something that's in front of you, right? Be cautious of your delivery and how you're telling them that. And then we get to a place that I call spring of healing is like self-love. Okay, you want 2 cards. Oh, yes, wish fulfillments, healing, and energy, forward movement energy, fast energy, momentum energy in one direction, right? Then we go into a space where my direction is only on things that light me up, my wish fulfillments and healing. What I truly aspire, what I truly want in life, right? Notice the progression that takes place here. Let me give myself permission to explore what no longer serves me in the highest way and explore what is for me. Once I have stripped the illusions and realized this isn't for me, now I'm to the bare bones, then I put a plan in place. Let me focus on what's right in front of me. And where that leads you is putting all of your energy in healing, putting all of that energy in Aquarius energy here, right? Aquarius new moon is still taking place when I'm recording this. Mercury in Aquarius, Sun in Aquarius, and all the goodies. I think Pluto's in Aquarius too, if I'm not mistaken, right? So Aquarius energy in the sense of maybe there might be other people, community members. By being good to yourself, you're helping the greater good of all mankind because you're putting an authentic version of you on this planet. And the more authentic people we have, the more we can find inspiration from each other, right? I'm not trying to be on the top of other people. I'm just trying to be myself, my authentic version, right? So unpacking that, and you become that. Now, for those of you that are like, well, we're missing a step. How do I get to that? What do I do from the planning phase to then putting all the energy and the momentum in here? That's what I want to ask, right? I feel like there's one piece that's missing, and perhaps this could be the general understanding of like what you should take away from here if you feel like you are on this journey. How do we strive for that? How do we strive for the self-love? Healing, I know that's very vague. We'll dive deeper. The Hermit card, shining the light when it needs to be lit. Now, this is the work. With the Hierophant at the bottom, connecting to spirituality on a deeper level. Taking your time. Do not rush the process. The journey, the destination is the journey. The destination is the journey, the things that you uncover, you unpack, the beautiful things that you find out about yourself, the way that you end up falling in love with yourself and appreciating your talents and appreciating your body and loving your smile and loving your mind, right? They unfold when you can sit back and be like, oh, damn, I love the way I think. Like, I don't want to be like anybody else. I don't want to think like anybody else. I'm not trying to be like someone else. I like the way that I do things. You can critique it all you want. I really don't care. It's not about you. This started for myself, right? In that concept. It's like, am I doing things for other people? Am I doing things for myself? First, you have to help yourself. First and foremost. And then by way of helping others, you will always help yourself. Relational healing will definitely take place. What do we do? You're doing that now. You're watching this, right? Whether you want to call this toxic positivity or you want to call this empowering readings to hype you up to live your best life, guess what? That is putting listening to readings over and over again, consistently hearing positive news, positive affirmations, right? If we're looking from a clinical perspective, the cognitive behavioral therapy component, right? Reciting those affirmations on repeat is going to rewire and change your mind to a whole different level. Whether you're watching these and consuming them, I hope they're all on the positive end, because at some point your mind and your feelings and then your behavior are also going to say, oh, that's where you want to be? Then let me put you in alignment with that. Let me start giving you the momentum and the energy to go ahead and do that. Diving deep into what needs to be lit. The hermit is a wise old man that takes the lantern into the cave, into your depths. I have another reading that talks about mirror work. And he's shining the light on what needs to be lit, right? Darkness is energy that just needs a touch of light. So we're bringing light into the darkness. Interesting how the lotus flower, it can grow in the mud. We're talking about that here. It can grow in darkness, and at some point it's going to find the light. It's going to find the light because it wants the light. It's thriving for the light. There are people that, you're probably one of them, that are that are yearning for the light. Yearning for the light. You're trying to find it. Maybe we can't find it. Keep going. Take your time, please. Maybe there's just one simple practice that you can implement here on a traditional standpoint, a daily practice, right? Commit to it. This is Taurus energy. Like, just start buying some plants and listening to awesome music and living a life that is very grounded when you can. Start simple, right? The universe is going to see that you're putting in those efforts there, and connecting to spirit, however you want to connect to spirit, right? I'm going to also throw in here some meditation and the concept of that, because I just want you to get used to not doing anything. Some of us can get to the point where we don't hear any thoughts, or we can at least have the thoughts come and then they go. But I also just want you to experience what it feels like to not hear anything around you and not be disturbed for 10 minutes. Right? But listening to the same podcast or this same 10-minute meditation that I listened to for 6 months straight, over and every single morning, I sat in bed for 10 minutes and listened to the same one for 6 months. Just sitting in stillness and silence. Do I need to pull anything else? Yeah, so what am I pulling here? The universe wants me to pull some more here. Welcome to this journey. Welcome to this journey here. Want me to clarify? Okay, these steps. Let's clarify the Hierophant and the Hermit. First of all, there's 3 major arcana here. The Hierophant, the Hermit, and the Star. Big, powerful energy. Where are we at? The Queen of Cups. Oh, please be compassionate with yourself. Nurture yourself, right? That's where you can start, right? The concept of me also telling you sitting in silence because you're giving your body a moment of peace when there's probably so much chaos going on, or when maybe those of you that are already beyond that point, you realize that there was a lot of chaos and that chaos wasn't yours. But we want to nurture ourselves as if you were mothering yourself. For a lot of people, you are mothering yourself for the first time. You are fathering yourself for the first time. You are taking care of yourself for the first time, right? You can't go into the depths. I'm going to be honest. You can't go into the depths unless you know how to take care of yourself. Do you have skills do you have tools in your tool belt, clinically, like from a therapist or not, to regulate yourself, regulate your emotion regulation? Deep breaths, simple as that. Are we able to take deep breaths so that we can turn down the amygdala, which is your response system to things? Let them theory that's out there by Mel Robbins is definitely one of those that it can certainly help, because in that moment you're saying let them, and then let me take a breath. A big component here to breath, I want to say too, but nurturing, mothering, taking care of, pouring into your cup first. I typically only do messages for self, right? I'm not on the vibe where I'm pulling other people into readings here. This is all about you. And I'm going to keep it here, 15 minutes. This is all about you here. Do I want to keep it at 15 minutes? No, we're going to keep going here because I feel like this is juicy. This is like, I don't know. This is juicy here. Two of Swords. Maybe some of us might be indecisive about what we're going to do next. Listen, this would tell me here that there actually isn't a bad choice, right? It is about going within. How do you want to feel? When you have to make a decision, it's about how do you want to feel? Now, we have to make a decision not knowing if that thing is going to give us the result that we want to feel. But the component here is make decisions that are based on feelings. But I want you to be in a regulated state in order to feel that, right? Not in a heightened state, not in a stress state of mind. A lot of us are running on stress and you don't even realize you're running on stress. You need a break. That's really what needs to take place. And let's pull one more here. This journey is about slowing down. And for some people that like, I can't do that. I can't afford that. I can't. There's ways to do that. It's for yourself. Are you comfortable by yourself? This journey would require for you to learn to be comfortable with yourself and then fall back in love with you. Or you've already done that. And this is all confirmation. You're like, oh, that's what I did. Knight of Wands. Going after things that light you up. A messenger of passion, a messenger of sacral energy, a messenger of sexual energy, to something, your desires, right? Going after the things that you truly desire. Right? I desired to learn tarot and do this and then start reading for people. And actually this May is like 6 years and I put full force like year one and then I was like, I'm not there yet. So like I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And the next thing you know, I'm like, oh, okay. Something that I wanted 6 years ago to happen now, I grieved through that. And now I'm doing many other things in combination of this. So now I'm incorporated it into like everyday life. This feels like a longer term perspective, right? I'm not talking about in the moment, in the now. I understand some people might be coming here like, I need an answer right now. Ooh, someone's stressed, ain't ya? Take a step back, let them, and then let me take a breath so that I can respond. Aquarius energy is on the table as well. Taurus and Virgo, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Prominent on the table, right? That energy. Look at your astrology chart so you can understand perhaps where your Aquarius house is and what might be activated now, right? Also take a look at your Pisces placement as well and see what's being activated in there because that one's probably more forward movement, but very transformational, very deep by nature, and very like accountability and responsibility components to that, right? There's just so many layers to this, and I don't want to overconsume you. I probably already did with information, but I hope that I just like gave you the inspiration and the desire to go and do this work if you have not already, or I hope that I even gave those of you a confirmation that you're in the right place. Look where you're going no matter what. This is where we always go, no matter whether we were there or not, whether you think you're there or not, you're never actually there. It just keeps getting going and going and going and going, and there's more to be revealed. More shall always be revealed here. Wish fulfillments. I would dream big now, especially with Aquarius, new moon. I would dream your biggest dream because I think it's possible in the energy. There's so much energy into healing, and there's so much energy into being something or someone important in your life. The star is like of importance, like a VIP. If I could come put it like that, do everything that you need to do to make yourself a VIP and the only VIP that's invited. Have a VIP party. What would you want at your own VIP party at home? That could be a cool journal prompt. Maybe you actually do it. You know, one day you're like, if you're like stuck at home, you're like, oh, okay, well, what would I actually want right now? I'd want the decorations to look like this. I'd want my outfit to look like this. I'd want the food to look like this. I'd want the music to look like this. That is actually a really cool idea. Treat yourself like a VIP. And then notice what you gathered. Think outside the box Don't go to TikTok or Instagram and be like, oh, what a VIP party looks like. No. You come up with it. Maybe it's replicating your 5th birthday or your 15th birthday, right? Or your 25th birthday. Something about 5. Oh, who would be the 5 people that you would also invite after the VIP hour is completed? People that you hang around say a lot about your environment. Or who would you wish, alive or deceased, past, future, or present, who would you invite? Oh, that's such a good idea. Give it a shot. Let me know. I'm going to use that in clinical work. My name is Alvin Catalan. I am present. I'm done speaking now.